The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So the weigh-in is on the way between myself and Case in a weight loss challenge before the Super Bowl. So we have 1 week from Friday. I was looking at trying to get to 215. Case was just looking to lose some weight. Is that correct?
I was looking to feel better about myself.
Yeah. Oh, well. Good luck. The weigh-in,
It's not a medicine challenge. That's the problem.
the weigh-ins have not gone amazing, but we have 2 weeks left. I was started at around 237, and Case started around 245. I don't. What are you laughing at, Kenzie?
Kenzie's dying in the corner.
It's just the most anticlimactic weigh-in that it's just unbelievable. You guys were talking about dropping 20 plus pounds, and we're very close to the initial number.
Well, you'll see. You'll see. I tried the bean diet all last week, and it worked, but I did have a bad weekend of birthday dinners, so I'm not sure.
Why did you have more than one birthday dinner? That's what I want to know.
Like a 16-year-old girl.
Because my wife got rushed to the emergency room, so I thought I deserved more from my birthday that got ruined.
I mean, if Jesus only gets one day, don't you think you should? No? Okay. That's fine.
All right, so before we get to the weigh-ins, we wanted to talk about this story that concerns Alyssa Milano. Of course, she was in Charmed and Who's the Boss way back in the day, and a steady working actress for a good, probably 40 years when she was a kid. And she put up something about her son's baseball team, a GoFundMe to help raise money for her 12-year-old son's trip to Cooperstown, New York, and the team. So she's asking for $10,000. $10,000. Now, she got thrashed when she put this up on social because people go, hey, you're Alyssa Milano and you're asking for a GoFundMe. I looked up her net worth. It's anywhere from $4 to $10 million. It's hard to gauge, but net worth. And she's also, her husband is a talent agent, David Bulgari. So I assume that's Ari Gold.
Wow, are you okay?
Bulgari, something like that. So I assume his husband's like Ari Gold. I think they do pretty well. I don't like counting other people's money, but they probably do pretty well. And she got thrashed because she put this up. And then she even responded to people coming at her saying, why don't you just pay for it? She said she's paid for the uniforms for the team. She's thrown birthday parties and sponsored kids who can't afford the monthly dues. And so this is certainly a big one.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yeah.
This is very odd to me because, one, she doesn't need to pay for the whole team. If there's a kid on the team that she wants to help out specifically, but it's not her job to pay for the whole team. That's everyone's got the parents. If we had a celebrity on my son's baseball team, I wouldn't think that then his jersey and stuff's getting paid for. So that's weird. But she went about this the wrong way. Every sports team fundraises. I don't know why necessarily, because we all pay a lot of money for them to be on the team, so I don't fully understand it. But they all do, right?
Yeah, before you continue, because your point, because just people know, Kenzie's got a 8-year-old son, Tristan.
9.
9. Sorry, Tristan, I'm sorry.
So close.
I know. But he plays baseball about, seems like 300 days a year.
No, it's the worst. But so much. It's so much of one thing. But anyways, every team fundraises. This is super normal. But you gotta provide something for people to purchase. You don't just ask for money in these scenarios because you're not in need. You can do a GoFundMe when you're like, hey, my house burned down or someone's sick. That's fine, right?
Yeah.
But this needs to have okay, Boy Scouts, they sell popcorn. If she would have been like, oh, my son's selling popcorn for the Boy Scouts, nobody would be angry. He should be participating. He should be trying to raise the money. He should be proud of the money he raises. There's no reason for her to just pay for all of it if she wants to have her son should have a normal life and participate in the fundraising process. But you don't just ask. That's super annoying. It is so annoying to be like, hey, please just give us money for my son to be in baseball. That's obnoxious. Unless you had a tragedy happen or something. Mm-hmm. So sell a product, sell some butter braids or pretzels or something.
What's a butter braid?
Those like a morning pastry vibe.
Like a twist? Like those with sugar on them?
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh, I love those.
There you go. Now, Brian.
No, wait
Look
a
at
minute.
You think you sold me.
There you go.
I think you sold
Brian's fat ass would have put Alyssa Milano's son through baseball for the next 5 years. You just got to offer a product.
Listen, I would say I'd get another credit card out to get some of those pretzel braids you're talking about.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I, real quick, read the post of the GoFundMe?
That might be helpful. Go ahead.
We're talking about Alyssa Milano from Charmed, who is demanding that we pay for her son to go to Cooperstown to play in a travel baseball tournament. And the GoFundMe says,
By the way, I like using the word demanding.
She is.
Okay, go ahead.
She says, baseball is life, and our teammates are our brothers. Baseball gives us purpose, and we are driven to be our very best. In order to compete, we must raise funds. The Birds 12U team is coached by two great coaches, and our team is diverse, hardworking, and really good. We've won many championship rings.
Ooh.
It goes on to say, our coaches instill lessons not just about baseball, they teach us life and leadership skills. These are good people, and we are lucky to have them. We hope you will make a donation to keep our team competitive. Your donation will go to travel costs, uniforms, and dues for families. We also might use your donations for pins or novelty items to make our tournaments memorable experiences beyond the field. And I want to make a quick note. I've been to this tournament she's talking about. It's a thing there where the teams have their own little pins that you can trade with the other teams as like a collector's item.
Okay.
So that's what she's referring to there. She ends with, thank you so much for your consideration. We won't let you down. The Birds.
Well, sounds like a glorious mother. Sounds like a very caring mother.
This is exactly what you would do. This is why you like this. You would try to get our listeners to not only pay for, at some point, Harper's sports tournament, but you'd like to take a vacation on our listeners' dime.
Well, forget about the vacation part, but your first part, that's not a bad idea. The listeners funding Harper's baseball.
Why am I paying for their pins? I don't care. You don't get to trade. Sorry about it. If you can't buy it, you can't trade it.
Here's the thing. I believe in not counting other people's money. And since having a kid and see money go out the door, like over $20,000 a year for daycare, extra food, and no matter we have a 2-income household, you think we'd be doing okay? No, we're not doing okay. It's not that great.
Brian's like, so my GoFundMe is linked. No, but you know what makes me mad about this is when did the concept leave our minds that we just can't afford everything? Because here's the deal. You can't afford to go on this tournament. Your kids play baseball all the time. They're doing great. They're in tons of tournaments. This one's too expensive. Maybe you just don't get to go. Like, that thought escapes people. Like, I guess what? I couldn't have my honeymoon in Bora Bora. Couldn't happen. There wasn't a GoFundMe. I didn't ask. Didn't have enough money.
What's up,
like,
poor ass?
Too bad. It's too bad sometimes.
I understand it, but however, at the end of your life, it's been proven with nurses of people that die, the biggest thing they say they regret is not money, it's experiences and the things that you have. You only have one 12-year-old life to go to Cooperstown, the greatest thing ever. That won't mean much to you when you're 16. At 12,
well,
it means
guess what?
something
He
to
should have
you.
been shoveling driveways. Okay, it's like you put in some effort to raise money.
Maybe all the kids are doing washing cars. You guys can chime in on this at 312-591-8300 because a lot of you guys have kids out there that are in these travel teams, and it's ridiculous. I'm already terrified of it. But I think it's a community responsibility. Also, I don't think Alyssa Milano lives in an area where everybody is struggling. I think she's probably in a rich area. I'm just guessing with them being worth 10 to 15. I looked up her husband's net worth. He's like $5 to $10 million. So let's say her net worth is $15 million. Not counting their money, though. I'm just saying what they got.
No, you're just tabulating it.
I'm sure the other people in that neighborhood also are millionaires. So they can all contribute and help all the kids go. It shouldn't be on Alyssa Milano's job to pay for everybody.
Right, but her son should be knocking on doors like, would you like this butter braid or this popcorn? And then the proceeds go to my team. That offer a product, like offer something. Don't just be like, I want to go to Cooperstown. I don't want to pay for it. Like, okay, that's not a good life lesson for kids.
I agree. I don't know what the kids are doing. Maybe they're doing something. Also, a lot of people are offering us butter braids on the text line.
John from Elgin checked in. He said, I can hook you up with a butter braid and cinnamon roll fundraiser guy.
Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Over the contact info, John.
I just think that it's not everybody's responsibility just because they have money to pay for everybody else. And I'm siding with Alyssa Milano here, not for any other reason than it's Alyssa Milano. I'm just saying.
You just wanted to like you?
That'd be nice. But it's not her responsibility. Again, they probably
to pay for her child.
That's right.
Why would that be her job?
Well, she's going to contribute, I'm sure, too. I don't know. What's the GoFundMe up to right now? Asking for $10,000.
The goal was $10,000. They've hit their goal. They're at $11,000.
Oh, there you
So
go.
now what are they going to buy? Extra pins? Why is it allowed to go over?
Well,
That's a good point. It's another poor effort by Alyssa Milano because it's very immoral to take more than you're asking for on a GoFundMe.
Well, especially in this scenario, it's not like, oh my gosh, now the kids they get to go to college.
It's not cancer treatment. Yeah.
Yeah, like she should everything that went over what they actually need, she should donate back to a cause.
Well, I got to say, it's probably exhausting creating a GoFundMe on the internet. So a little bit of
Do you think so?
maybe,
the webpage?
Maybe snacks while she was making the webpage, coming back there.
Oh my God.
You guys chime in on this at 312-591-8300 because you've gone through this. I don't know how you guys settle this stuff with kids when there's a big trip and you have to pay for it. And it's tough. I mean, I can't imagine what I'm about to experience when Harper gets of age of playing sports and traveling and doing things.
I just hope, Brian, that you make Harper put in some effort.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's what bothers me about it is I think it's great for kids to participate in fundraising and feel like they've earned trips or tournaments because at the end of the day, even though it's work for them, like they're playing tons of baseball and they're doing or whatever sport they're in, it's still an awesome privilege. There's a lot of people who can't do it.
Yes.
And it's important to remind your kids that when they're schlumping around going, I'm so tired because I played in sports. It's still a privilege, and you gotta remind your kids that, and they should be involved if there is a fundraiser or something going on. They shouldn't just be like, well, we took care of all of it, we fundraised, and now you're going on this trip. No.
Yeah, check in with us on what goes on and how you've handled the situation, because I'm siding with her. Listen, you need help. This stuff is too expensive.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We're delaying the weigh-in because this conversation about Alyssa Milano starting a GoFundMe to get her kid to a trip to Cooperstown, her 12-year-old son, $10,000 for the trip. And it's for other kids, for all the kids to get to go there as well for a $10,000 trip. And she's getting a lot of heat because she's a millionaire and her husband's a millionaire. And she drives a $200,000 car. And hey, maybe drive a Prius and let your kid go to Cooperstown. But, I just figured that I was taking her side on it. I'm trying to remember what I was arguing here, what my side was.
Don't count her money. She can ask for money if she wants.
Well, we don't know what somebody is just because they're a millionaire. You don't know what's going on back there and everything you got to. What's up?
I said it's so annoying.
What's
I just
annoying?
don't agree with you.
Okay, well, and you, because you're in this, you're in the thick of it. I'm kind
of. Yeah, and the same thing happens to us. I just think, and listen, I get that this is annoying too for parents. Like when your kid has to fundraise, you have to, drive them around and do that. But don't just ask for money for something that's a privilege, right? Like GoFundMes are great because people face tragedies and they need help. And that's amazing. That's an amazing way to be charitable. But just for something that's a privilege like baseball, you have to offer a product. So it's like we're selling butter braids or popcorn or cookies or whatever. And your kid should be involved in that process, by the way. It should not be the parents only doing it. This is their thing that they want to be in, that they love to do with their friends. And it is a privilege. It's a cool thing to be part of. And I think every kid should have the opportunity to be in sports, but that doesn't mean that they can't help,
Can I speak to the experience of going to Cooperstown real quick?
Sure.
I went there when I was 12 years old. At 12 years old, baseball was the only thing that mattered in my life. I hadn't discovered women yet. I hadn't discovered comedy yet. Barely. I'm aware of certain parts. I was full in on baseball 100%, and it was a big deal for me to get to go to Cooperstown.
Sure.
The village itself, the town, is beautiful because it's all built around the Hall of Fame. It's the only thing there. It's in the middle of nowhere in New York. So you get there, and you feel like you're in this baseball mecca, and then you go, and you play in Cooperstown, and you're playing the best 12-year-olds in the country. And for 7 games straight, I got my ass kicked.
That's great.
Horrible. I mean, run rule every game. Mercy rule, killing, slaughter. It was horrible. And the audacity of Alyssa Milano to pass this on to the taxpayer, to the blue-collar worker.
The taxpayer?
These people are paying taxes and are donating to GoFundMe.
She probably lives in Beverly Hills.
I should not have to pay for her son to go get her ass kicked halfway across the country.
Well, you're not going to pay. The other millionaires are going to pay. And everybody's going to share together. And it's a community. And we just can't relate to that because we're not in that world. And she's, along with her neighbors,
and we won't be if we keep donating to her stuff. We're never going to make it.
That's
We're
how they
not.
have so much money is they just keep
We're not donating. The other rich people are donating, and they're helping her out. And you don't know what her
Rich
expenses
people
are.
are smarter. They're not getting involved in
And
that.
you don't know what her expenses are. So
what her expenses are.
leave Alyssa alone. Leave her alone. All right, Amanda checked in and said, I contributed a raffle top prize of a 65-inch TV. The raffle was for the boys' football travel team.
That's a good idea. Can I read this text because it's really funny?
Yeah, go for it.
847 texted in and said, we're doing Super Bowl squares for my kids' hockey team. What's a better life lesson than gambling for a youth hockey fundraiser?
Hey.
That's a good point. That's fair.
Yeah. You know, you could do things on DraftKings, too, if you want to take care of your kid and put those winnings toward it. That'd be amazing. But a lot of people checking in and saying that kind of thing where they believe that what Kenzie's point was of doing something for the money, whether it's a car wash or food or
And that's not fair.
whatever.
Nobody finds it annoying when you're raising, money for sports teams, even privileged ones, if you're offering something, a car wash, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe you don't have minors at the car wash. I don't know. That's up to you. But
Yeah, I drive fast by them. I can't look. Just keep going.
It's not good. But still.
Nikki's checking in from St. John, Indiana. Nikki, ahoy, what's up?
Ahoy, good morning.
Good morning. I guess you can relate to this.
I have 3. I have 2 girls and a boy in baseball and softball.
Wow.
And travel is just not an option for my oldest. She's 16. She's about to age out of rec, and the cost is astronomical. And 2 parents can't be in 3 places at one time when they're traveling across the country like that. It's just not a reality for everyone.
Yeah.
It's so true.
I can't believe how expensive sports has gotten for this situation. And also, I've heard things, I could be wrong on this, but if you don't do the travel teams, you'll have a hard time actually making the school team. Is that correct?
I was going to say that you're not even considered for school. She can't play high school ball at all, specifically because she doesn't play rec.
What happened to
has
just
nothing to
trying
do with
out?
her-
What happened to just trying out for the team?
No, people have truly, it's so true. People have ruined kids' sports with how insane they've made it. And I know so many parents who it's like they have really, really talented kids and they're like, well, schedule-wise, we can't make it to these games, so he can't do it. And yeah, now we're talking like 9 and 10-year-olds. Oh, now they're not going to be eligible when they're in high school to play sport. It's just been ruined. It should be through like local community on a normal schedule, like a normal amount of playing, and then through schools. Like it's just insane what people do. And it's literally ruined it for kids. It has.
Yeah. We got more people checking in. Chris checked in. My son went to Cooperstown twice, and I had to work at bingo for 3 years straight.
Oh man, Chris, going there twice is a lot. Because that drive to Cooperstown, I mean, I drove from central Indiana to Cooperstown. Not pleasant. Not a lot of scenery on the way there.
No.
Doing that twice is tough.
Nikki, so how's your situation with the 3 kids? You just basically you can't do the travel. Are they bummed out? Are they really, really like, I don't think I want to do this anymore even? Because I read a stat last week that 70% of kids at 13 years old, a lot of them are giving up on sports. 70% because they're burned out or they get injured too young playing sports.
It's hard. She's 16. She's about to age out of rec and has nowhere else to go if she doesn't. My husband coaches the teams to try to offset the cost, but the time that's involved with coaching 3 teams it's a lot.
It's unbelievable.
It's our life, literally our whole life, all summer. Spring, summer, and fall.
Well, listen, we feel for you, Nikki, and keep trying. A lot of people out there are in the same boat. So we'll move this over to Facebook, this conversation at Q101's Facebook page. You want to put your thing on there. There's a lot of people texted in on this story of youth sports and the paying of these teams going to Cooperstown. And coming up here in just about 10 minutes, 8:30, the weigh-in is on the way between me and Case, our weight loss challenge. This should be interesting. See where we're at with 2 weeks left.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.